Hello, and a very warm welcome to the English Cafe channel. My name is Emily, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I'm John. It's wonderful to have you join us. This is our special place to learn English in a calm and relaxed way. We speak slowly so you can listen and understand easily.
That's right, John. Think of this as a cozy cafe. You can sit back with a cup of tea or coffee and just listen. Today, we have a very interesting topic to talk about. It's something we all do, every single day.
And what is that topic, Emily?
Today, we are talking about making decisions, big decisions, and small decisions.
Making decisions. That is a great topic. It's a really important part of life. We make choices from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to sleep.
Exactly. And sometimes making a choice can be easy, but other times it can be very difficult. So today, we will explore this. We will talk about different kinds of decisions and share some simple ideas to help you feel more confident when you need to make a choice.
Right. This will be very helpful for daily life and also for your English learning. You will hear new words and we will explain them slowly. So, find a comfortable place, relax, and let's begin.
So, John, before we get started, I just want to ask our listener, if you're enjoying our podcast, please hit that like button and subscribe for more podcasts. Okay, let's start with the small things, the small, everyday decisions. What comes to your mind when you think about these?
The first thing I think of is my morning routine. For example, what to eat for breakfast? Do I want toast or maybe some yogurt? That is a decision, a small one, but still a decision.
Yes, what to eat for breakfast or what to wear. I stand in front of my closet and I think, should I wear the blue shirt or the red one? This is a very common small decision.
It is, and there are so many more. Should you walk to the shop or take the bus? Should you watch a movie tonight or read a book? These are all choices we make without thinking too much. They are part of our daily lives. A decision is simply a choice you make after thinking about different options.
That's a good way to explain it. A choice between different options. For breakfast, the options are toast or yogurt. For your shirt, the options are blue or red. But even these small decisions can sometimes feel a little difficult, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes my mind feels tired. Maybe I didn't sleep well. And even choosing what to eat feels like a very big task. Or sometimes there are too many options.
Yes, too many options can be confusing. Imagine you are in a supermarket, you want to buy juice, but there are 20 different kinds of juice. Apple, orange, mango, pineapple. It can be hard to choose just one. This feeling is sometimes called decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue. That's a great phrase. Fatigue means feeling very, very tired. So, decision fatigue is when your brain is tired from making too many choices. After a long day at work, making one more decision, like what to cook for dinner, can feel impossible.
Exactly. So, what can we do about this? How can we make these small daily decisions a little bit easier?
Well, one simple idea is to plan ahead. For example, with your clothes. You could decide what to wear the night before. So in the morning, you don't have to make that decision. The choice is already made.
I love that idea. Planning ahead really helps. It removes the decision from a stressful moment, like a busy morning. You can do the same thing with food. On a Sunday, you could plan your meals for the week.
Right? You can write a list. Monday, I will eat pasta. Tuesday, I will eat soup. This way, every evening, you don't have to ask, what should I cook? You just look at your plan. You have already made the decision. This saves a lot of mental energy.
Mental energy. That's a good way to put it. Another idea for small decisions is to not worry too much about the result. We can call this the consequence. The consequence is what happens after you make a choice.
That's a very important point. For a small decision, the consequence is usually very small. If you choose the red shirt, but later you think, maybe the blue shirt was better, it's okay. It's not a big problem. The consequence is not serious.
Exactly. Sometimes we spend so much time worrying about a small choice, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. So for small things, it can be helpful to just make a choice quickly and move on. Don't overthink it.
So, to summarize for our listeners, For small daily decisions, we can plan ahead to reduce the number of choices we have to make in the moment. And we can remember that the consequences are small, so it's okay to not make the perfect choice every time.
That's a perfect summary, John. Now, let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about big decisions. These are not like choosing a shirt. These are the choices that can change our lives.
Yes, big decisions. These can feel very different. They feel heavy. For example, deciding what to study at university or choosing a job. That is a very big decision.
Mm-hmm. Or deciding to move to a new city or even a new country. Another big decision could be getting married or starting a family. These choices have a huge impact on our future.
They do. And with these decisions, the consequence is much bigger. The result of the choice is very important. That is why these decisions can feel scary or overwhelming. Overwhelming means it feels like too much to handle, it feels too big.
That's a great word, and it describes the feeling perfectly. Overwhelming. When you have a big decision to make, you can feel lost. You might think, what if I make the wrong choice? This fear can make it very hard to decide anything at all.
Right, you can feel stuck, unable to move forward. And it's very important for our listeners to know that this feeling is completely normal. Everyone feels this way when they face a big decision. You are not alone in this feeling.
That is so true. It's a shared human experience. So, since these big decisions are so important and can feel so overwhelming, are there any steps we can take to make the process a little easier, to make it feel less scary?
Yes, there are. Unlike small decisions, we shouldn't make big decisions quickly. They need time and care. So, let's talk through a simple process, a series of steps you can follow. The first step is to gather information.
Gather information. Okay, what does that mean exactly?
It means you need to learn about your options. Let's use an example. Imagine you have to choose between two jobs, Job A and Job B. To gather information, you would learn everything you can about both jobs. What is the salary? What are the working hours? Where is the office? What kind of work will you do?
I see. So you do your research. You can read about the companies online. Maybe you can even talk to people who work there. The goal is to understand your choices very clearly. Knowledge is power, especially when making a big decision.
Exactly. So that's step one, gather information. Step two is to think about your values.
Your values. Can you explain what values are, John?
Of course, your values are the things that are most important to you in your life. For some people, family is a very important value. For others, it might be adventure or creativity or financial security, having enough money to feel safe.
Ah, that makes sense. So you think about what truly matters to you. Let's go back to our job example. Job A has a very high salary, but you have to travel a lot away from your family. Job B has a lower salary, but you can be home every night.
Exactly. If your most important value is family, then maybe Job B is the better choice for you, even with less money. If your main value is adventure and seeing the world, maybe Job A is better. Knowing your values helps you see which option fits your life best.
That's a wonderful point. It's about making a decision that is right for you. So we have step one, gather information, and step two, think about your values. What comes next?
Step three is a very practical one. Make a list of pros and cons.
Pros and cons. I think many of our listeners have heard this phrase. Can you explain it for us?
Certainly. Pros are the good things, the advantages of a choice. Cons are the bad things, the disadvantages. So you take a piece of paper, you draw a line down the middle. On one side, you write all the pros of a decision. On the other side, you write all the cons.
I find this step so helpful. Writing things down takes them out of your head and puts them on paper. It makes everything clearer. You can visually see the good and the bad side by side.
It does. You can do this for each of your options. A pros and cons list for Job A and another list for Job B. This helps you compare them logically.
Okay, so after we have our information, our values, and our pros and cons list, what is step four?
Step four is a little different. It's not about logic. It's about listening to your feelings. Some people call this your gut feeling or your intuition.
Your gut feeling. That means the feeling deep inside you, right? the feeling that doesn't always have a logical reason.
That's the one. After you have looked at all the logic, all the facts, sit quietly for a moment. Think about one option. How does it make you feel? Excited? Anxious? Then think about the other option. Does it make you feel calm or perhaps bored? Our feelings can give us very important clues about what is truly right for us.
That's beautiful. So it's a balance between your head, the logic, and your heart, your feelings. Both are important guides.
Yes, a balance is key. And that brings us to the final step. Step 5, talk to someone you trust.
Oh, this is a big one. It's hard to make big decisions all by yourself.
It is, and you don't have to. You can talk to a good friend, a family member, or a mentor, someone whose opinion you respect. Explain the situation to them. Tell them your thoughts and feelings.
And they might offer a new perspective. A perspective is a different way of looking at the situation. They might see something that you didn't see because you are too close to the problem.
That's it, exactly. They aren't making the decision for you. The final choice is always yours. But they can offer support and advice, and that can make a huge difference.
So let's review those 5 steps for big decisions one more time. Step 1, gather information. Step 2, think about your values. Step 3, make a pros and cons list. Step 4, listen to your gut feeling. And step 5, talk to someone you trust.
That's a very clear and helpful process. It doesn't make the decision for you, but it gives you a path to follow. It makes the overwhelming feeling a little smaller.
But John, there's one more thing that often gets in the way of making a decision, even with all these steps, and that is fear.
But John, there's one more thing that often gets in the way of making a decision, even with all these steps, and that is fear.
What is that, Emily?
It's the idea of being kind to yourself. When we make a big decision, we want it to be the perfect decision. But life is not perfect. Sometimes we make a choice, and later we realize it was not the best one.
That's such an important thing to remember. We can't predict the future. We can only make the best decision we can with the information and feelings we have in that moment.
Exactly. So if a decision doesn't work out the way you hoped, it's okay. It doesn't mean you failed, it just means you learned something. Every choice, good or bad, teaches us something. It helps us grow.
Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. The process of making a decision is a journey. It's not just about the final destination. It's about learning about yourself along the way.
And that's a lovely way to end our discussion, John. Well, it looks like our time at the cafe is almost over for today.
It has gone by so quickly. Let's do a quick review of what we talked about. A little summary for our listeners to take with them.
A wonderful idea. Today, our topic was making decisions. We started with small, everyday decisions like what to eat or what to wear.
And we learned that to make these easier, you can plan ahead. You can also remember that the consequences are small, so you don't need to worry too much.
Then we moved on to big life decisions. The choices that feel heavy and overwhelming, like choosing a career or moving to a new place.
Right. And for those, we shared a 5-step process to help guide you. Gather information, think about your values, make a pros and cons list, listen to your feelings, and talk to someone you trust.
And most importantly, we talked about being kind and patient with yourself through the whole process. Making mistakes is a part of life and a part of learning.
We hope this conversation has been helpful for you. Remember, learning English is a journey, and you've made a wonderful decision to spend some time with us today, practicing your listening. Every small step you take helps you move forward.
That's so true. Thank you so much for joining us at the English Cafe channel. We loved having you here.
We will be back soon with another topic. Until then, take care and have a wonderful week.
Goodbye, everyone.